During the days of the Sony PlayStation, Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games has done a very good job making sure that the platform audience has something to play in the PlayStation library, and perhaps made one of the greatest platformer series of all time. Those series were Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon series. Naughty Dog began the Crash Bandicoot series in 1996 and made it one of the main reasons why to own a PlayStation back in 1996. Meanwhile, Insomniac Games made Disruptor for the older audience for the PlayStation. Then in 1997, Naughty Dog made Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back, and made this sequel better than the first in every way. Around 1998, also known as the greatest year in gaming, Insomniac created a new series and began Spyro the Dragon, and made it a worthy mascot for the Sony PlayStation along with Crash. In the same year, Naughty Dog released the third installment of the Crash series called Crash Bandicoot Warped. It seemed that Insomniac started the Spyro series a little too late to make real competition with Naughty Dog because the Crash series has finished the trilogy. Then in 1999, another fantastic year in gaming, Spyro 2 Reuploaded Rage made the most improved sequel ever. The same year, Naughty Dog has released their last game of the Crash series for the PlayStation, known as Crash Team Racing, putting all the Crash characters into one game. This also became a Mario Kart clone, looking like Naughty Dog was trying hard to compete against Mario. In 2000, Naughty Dog did not make Crash Bash, but let Eurocom to make the game, so this does not qualify as a Naughty Dog game. On the Year of the Dragon, also known as the Chinese Zodiac of the year 2000, Insomniac has released Spyro Year of the Dragon, making the final platform game for the Sony PlayStation. The following year, all the game companies that made games for the Sony PlayStation, especially Naughty Dog and Insomniac, were looking forward to make games for Sony's next-gen console, the Sony PlayStation 2. Sony promised us that the PlayStation 2 will make a better system than the Sony PlayStation in both hardware and library of games. Today, the lifespan of the PlayStation 2 is still going, making games today as of the year 2010. With all the anticipation of working on the PlayStation 2, there's no doubt that Naughty Dog and Insomniac were going to make games for the PS2. Before we start round 5, let's make a reminiscence for the time of the PlayStation 1 by telling you guys in order what were my favorite games by Insomniac and Naughty Dog. These are in my opinion in order from worst to best. Number 8, Spyro the Dragon. Sorry, but the beginning was the best part of the whole entire game, while the rest disappointed me. Number 7, Crash Bandicoot, because it wasn't that exciting to play. Number 6, Disruptor. Better than the first Crash and Spyro games, but still a Doom clone. Number 5, Crash Team Racing. Fun for a Mario Kart clone. Number 4, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. Much better than the first game in every way. Number 3, Spyro Year of the Dragon. Huge fantastic adventure, but seems added too much that almost destroyed the fun out of itself. Number 2, Crash Bandicoot Warped. Ultimately the peak of the entire franchise. In fact, it should have been number 1, but in my opinion, it's number 2 in the list. And number 1, Spyro 2 Reuploaded Rage. One of my favorite games of all time, and mainly because it was the most improved game ever, and it's playable to this day. Now with that out of the way, let's look at the games at the PlayStation 2. This is round 5. Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex vs. Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly. Crash Force graphics are amazing, and simply amazing for an early PS2 game. They come up with new ideas for a challenge, which is a hit or a miss. Despite the graphics, the design, it's not as creative as Crash 3 on the PS1. The story for Crash 4 introduced new characters named Crush, and the Elementals to power up Crash in separate elements. There you'll be facing Crush in each of the Elemental masks as a boss fight. Wait a minute, the other bosses are still alive, so why the hell do I have to face this bitch? Rather than having the fun and enjoyable boss fights with Dingodile, Tiny, and possibly anyone new besides Crush, you know, I don't care about graphics. This game is disappointing. It's slow, not exciting, and the load times are a huge pain in the ass.
Crash! Why do you suck in the PlayStation 2? Spyro, are you gonna... Oh my god, no! No!
Wow! It's just a float, you scaredy cat.
We meet again, little dragon. I'm back, and I'm stronger than ever.
Who are you calling little, shorty?
Yeah. What do we want this time, boss?
Tired for your brains, you dinosaurian landmass? Keep thinking and I will send you back to the place I found you. Unemployed in Molten Crater, begging for work from nasty Norm. Now, back to what I was saying.
I can't live like this. I can't live without Spyro Crash like this. I hate the PlayStation 2. No! This is why I hate the PlayStation 2 so much, because Crash and Spyro suck so much ass. Naughty Dog, Insomniac Games, what the hell were you guys thinking?
Dude, don't you mean they don't even make those games anymore, dude?
Really?
Yep.
Then what did they make?
Ratchet and Clank. Jack and Dexter.
Whoa, they just started a new series? Oh my god, no way!
Wow, that was unexpected. Back in 2001, I thought that Naughty Dog has made Crash 4, and Insomniac has made Spyro 4. Back when I got the PlayStation 2, I bought both Crash 4 and Spyro 4, and it really disappointed the hell out of me. But it took me a while to see that Naughty Dog and Insomniac began a new series, Jack and Dexter and Ratchet and Clank. In my opinion, I think it was best for them to try something new. But it was horrible that the other companies had to continue the Crash and Spyro series and ruining each franchise completely. Years later, Universal Studios lost rights to the Crash and Spyro series, and countless of companies screwed over the franchise without even knowing what the hell to do. In my opinion, Crash and Spyro today is far worse than the Sonic franchise as of right now. But we all have to agree that the original Spyro and Crash were the best overall, period. Since they suck so badly today, the originals were always great to look back at. Now with that out of the way, we have to continue the series of Naughty Dog vs Insomniac in the PlayStation 2 era with these new series. Join with me next time to see Round 5, Jack and Dexter vs Ratchet and Clank.